Hello everyone, I'm Lenin Pule. The theory that I have selected to carry out the project is constructivism. Well, where did this theory originate? Although the roots of constructivism can be traced back to the great philosopher Heraclitus, Protagoras, and Aristotle. It was only in 1934 that the French philosopher Gaston Bancher claimed that nothing proceeds from itself, all is contracted, and only in 1967 that Jean Piaget first used the expression constructive epistemology. The doctrine is inherited to late 19th century Darwin theory, as it is claimed by constructivists that human understanding as the product of natural selection can be said to build the more true understanding of the world as it in itself than is absolutely necessary for human survival. Who were the authors? In the constructivist paradigm, its main representatives are Jean Piaget, Ausubel, Jeremy Brunner, and Vygotsky. What does it tell us? Or what does it help explain? It's the model that holds that the person is a construction of their own that is a product day by day, as a result of the inertia of the environment and its interaction disposition both in the cognitive, social, and affective aspects of behavior and in a modal context of life. So, the knowledge is not a copy of reality, but a construction of the human being, which is done with the sense that the person already has previous knowledge. That is to say, with what already built in his relationship with the environment that enshrined it. What is the main idea of this theory? These constructions depend mainly on two aspects. Of the initial representation of the new information and of the external or internal activity that developed is requires. Thus, a learning involves a construction that is carried out through a mental process that leads to acquisition of new knowledge. Well, for this paradigm, the reality of the world is not only a way of copying the outside world or is the pure product of the mind, but depends on how the world is and the adaptive construction that its subject makes of it. Therefore, knowledge is the dance between what comes from outside and what is inside the student. And what is It's epistemology, ontology, and axiology. Epistemology, knowledge is between what comes from outside and what is inside the student. The foundation of this paradigm, such as the student and teaching center, mainly activity subject, and the empowerment of their thinking and learning capacities. Among the principles of constructivism is the subject constructs learning actively intersecting with the object of study. New knowledge occurs, meaning when it's related with prior knowledge. The dynamic factor for learning is that discrepancy products between the preconception and previous meaning of a student and the new meaning acquired. Knowledge is built collaboratively. Ontology is a science that studies what there is in intent to answer general questions. The object of study in this case is the knowledge, and how we arrive at it by means of the construction of ideas using the various tools for the obtainment of the learning. Our nature as human beings is to be curious, to want to learn more, and obviously to build our own knowledge through the ability to think. We are science. Every day we learn sometimes, and we will always do it. Axiology, Piaget students do not speak directly about biology, but many people seem human being a predisposition to make sense of the environment and posit the effective and social parallel to cognitive development. Piaget in 1985, but I think that the ability of the human being to build knowledge is very important and of great educational value, and in very sense of the word. Finally, the clearest example we have of this paradigm is this class, because its constructivism aims at the student building his own learning. Therefore, our teacher, in this case, you are in pain, are your support as mediators of knowledge, because a person is the result of language with which he understands and transmits his perceptions, and that on the same reality different points of view can be gained. All of them qualify when speaking reality is created together with the interlocutors. This is how identity is created and modified, which is permanently modified by virtue of context. The circumstance of interaction and the characteristic and expectation of the interlocutor. Postmodern constructivism considers that the brain is not mere container where information is possessed, but anything that construct experience as knowledge, order, or shapes it. This is a purely Kantian approach. Thank you very much. Bye bye.